Good morning. Today we shall learn something about language, particularly the components of a language. Do you know what a language is actually? A language is simply a medium of communication. To be precise, we can say it is a systematically arranged instrument for communication. A systematically arranged instruments for communication. Now we say systematically because there are certain rules which govern the use of language. And these set of rules together is called grammar and structure. Every language has its own grammar and structure. Today we shall try to understand the main components of a language. If you take English language, we can say that this language is mainly made up of 5 components. These 5 components are well known to you. Everybody knows. The basic unit or the first component of this language is the letter. So the letters. I don't have to tell you more about these letters because you know how many letters are in the English alphabet, and you also know that they are divided into 2 groups, the vowels and the consonants. Alright. Then from the next stage onwards we need a little detailed understanding. The next component is word. What is a word actually? A word is a group of letters with meaning. If you simply write a few letters, you won't get a word. The letters should be written in an arrangement, in a particular arrangement to get words, to get meaning, and it becomes a word. So many words are here on the board itself. This is one word, this is one word, this is another word. Of course, this is also, treated as, one character. Then, letters is one word, words, phrases, clauses, sentences, all are words. See the different assembly of letters to give meaning. Each one carries distinct and different meaning. You know that. So now, in English, words are 9 groups. This, actually requires more study. There are 9 groups of words in English language. How do we classify these words into 9 groups? It's very simple. Phrases, clauses and sentences, the most important components of a language, are made up of words. Understand? A phrase is a group of words, a clause is a group of words, and a sentence is a group of words. That means each of the component is made up of different words. Now let's come to sentences or clause or phrase, any component, no problem. There will be 2 or more words in a phrase or in a clause or in a sentence. You understand? And this collection or group of words actually function together to give a good meaning. That is, when we use 2 or more words to make a phrase, it gives some meaning. When we use 2 or more words to make a clause, it gives some meaning. And finally, when we make 2 or 3 or 4 words, any number of words to make a sentence, it gives complete meaning. So we can say that words are divided into 9 groups in our language on the basis of the functions which words do in the making of sentences. Is that clear? The criteria is the functions which words do in the making of sentences. Sentences are made up of words. Clauses are also made up of words. Even phrases are made up of words. Understand? So, in every building, either a phrase or a clause or a sentence, words do different functions. You get me? Words do different functions in the making of a sentence or a clause or a phrase. Based on these functions, which are different, total words in English are classified into 9 groups. Understand? So, that is a small study about the words, and we call this group the parts of speech. You know that? The parts of speech, in which there are 9 families. I am sure that you will have heard of that. What are they? The nouns, the pronouns, the adjectives, the verbs, the adverbs, prepositions, conjunctions, interjections and articles. Understand? So, these are the 9 groups of words. So, the first 2 components are letters and an assembly or a group of letters to make words. These are 2 simple components. Now, we will go to the third one. The third one is the phrase. What is a phrase? Very simple. A phrase is a group of words without a subject and verb. Without a subject and verb. And it gives some meaning. It is part of a sentence. Okay? For example, there are many students in this class. There is a phrase in that sentence. Apart from the subject and the verb, there is a phrase in that sentence. And the phrase is, there are many students in this class. The phrase is in this class. We live in houses. The phrase is in houses. Understand? And monkeys live on treetops. The phrase is on treetops. He died for his country. For his country is the phrase. I went to Mumbai. They came from China. So, to Mumbai is a phrase. From China is also a phrase. So, there are a number of phrases. Understand? But you should understand the third component of a language is a phrase. A phrase is a group of words. But remember, there is no subject and no verb in that group. Only a group of words which give some meaning. And this component is divided into 3 groups. This requires further study, because when the phrase does the work of an adjective, it is an adjective phrase. When the phrase does the work of a noun, it is a noun phrase. When the phrase does the work of an adverb, it is an adverb phrase. That we will study later in the coming episodes. But now I want you to remember, there are 3 kinds of phrases: the adjective phrases, the adverb phrases, the noun phrases. You understand? Then, before going to the next component, let us try to remember what these 3 are. What is a phrase? It's a group of words without a subject and verb, giving some meaning. It is part of a large sentence. There are 3 kinds of phrases. Then, what is a word? It is a group of letters with meaning. It's a group of letters with meaning. There are 9 kinds of words in our language. Then the first one, of course, letters. You know that there are 26 letters divided into 2 groups, vowels and consonants. Now, with this much, we shall go to the 4th component of a language, that is the clauses. Now, the growth should be understood. A clause is very different from a phrase. What is the difference? A clause is also a group of words, but it has a subject and verb. The clause contains or consists of a subject and verb compulsorily. If there is no subject and a verb, it cannot be called a clause. If it is a group of words, it will be a phrase. So, what is the difference between a phrase and a clause? In a phrase, there will not be subject and verb. But in a clause, there will be one subject and one verb. This is very important. And always remember that this clause is a part of a large sentence, but it does not give complete meaning. Here the phrase is a group of words without a subject and verb. Here the clause is a group of words with a subject and verb, but both do not give complete meaning. A phrase does not give complete meaning, a clause also does not give complete meaning, but they are both components of a language. Understand? The difference is, in a clause there will always be a subject and verb. I will give you an example. He told me that you were in the hospital. If you want to know how many clauses there are, you should learn the number of verbs. He told me that you were in the hospital. How many verbs are there, do you know? Told is the first verb. He is the subject. You is the second subject. Were is the second verb. So, if you count the number of verbs, you can understand the number of clauses. You understand? The number of verbs in any sentence is the number of clauses. There are as many clauses as there are verbs in a sentence. Understand? I will give you another example. The rain came and we all got wet, but we did not stop our game. The rain came and we all got wet, but we did not stop our game or the game. How many verbs are there? Came, the subject is the rain. We all got wet. We is the subject. Got is the verb. In the third part, we did not stop, but we did not stop the game. Did not stop is the third verb and we is the third subject. So, we understand that there are three verbs and three subjects and therefore three clauses. So, I repeat, the number of clauses in a sentence is the number of verbs in that sentence. Understand? So, a clause is a group of words with a subject and verb, but without complete meaning. It is a part of a large sentence. It does not exist alone. Understand? If you work hard, you will get a high band score. If you work hard is one part, that is one clause. You will get a high band score is another one. There are two clauses because there are two verbs and two subjects. First verb is work, second verb is will get. The subjects are the same, you in both the clauses. No? So, I think you have understood the four components of a language. The first one letters, second one words, a group of letters, 9 groups are there. Third one phrases, a group of words without a subject and verb which functions as a part of a sentence, not giving complete meaning. Then the third, fourth one is clauses. A group of words with a subject and verb which functions as a part of a large sentence, and there are mainly 3 types. Understand? These types are related. I told you there are adjective phrases, noun phrases and adverb phrases. Similarly, there are adjective clauses, adverb clauses and noun clauses. Understand? So, the clauses also are divided into 3 types. So, before going to the last component of a language, I want to make sure that you know everything about these components. You understand letters, of course, sure, no doubt. Words which are divided into 9 groups in our language, which is a group of letters with meaning. Then phrases, which are divided into 3 groups, and phrase is a group of letters without group of words without subject and verb, and clause, a group of words with a subject and verb, and which functions, both functioning as part of a sentence. Now, in all our discussion, we have always been using a part of a sentence, and that is the last and final component of a language. What is a sentence? You should be able to tell. If you think, you should be able to tell what a sentence is. See, I will help you to understand. I'll put 1, 2, 3 solid conditions. First one is, it should be a group. Second one is, it should have a subject and verb. Third one is complete meaning. Okay. Based on these 3 factors, we can have a close study again. Now we shall look. A phrase. Of these 3 conditions, how many conditions does a phrase fulfill? A phrase is a group of words. Is there a subject and verb in the phrase? No. Is there complete meaning in the phrase? No. So, only one condition is fulfilled in a phrase, that is, it is a group of words. Now, let us take the clause. Understand? Clause, in a clause, surely it is a group of words. There is a subject and verb, but does it give complete meaning? Does it give complete meaning? No. See the progression. In a phrase, there is a group of words, there is no subject and verb, it does not give complete meaning. In a clause, it is also a group of words, there is a subject and verb, and it does not give complete meaning. Now let us take the last component, a sentence. A sentence is a group of words. A sentence is a group of words. It has a subject and verb, and it gives complete meaning. All the 3 conditions are fulfilled in the last and final component of a language. You understand? It is a group of words, minimum 2 words should be there. And they will be the subject and verb when there are only 2 words. Understand? Then it should be a group of words, there should be a subject and verb, and it should convey complete meaning, complete sense. You understand? So, this is what I wanted to tell you. And again, this, there are 4 types, 4 kinds. And I am sure you will have heard about these 4 kinds. Sentences are 4 kinds. This classification is based on the nature of construction. When we make a statement, it is known to be affirmative or declarative sentences. This we will study in another episode. Okay? When we make a question, it is an interrogative sentence. When we make a command or request or order, greeting, wish, like that, it is imperative sentence. When we make an exclamation, that is an expression of sudden feelings, it is a feeling of surprise or sorrow or overjoy, it is an exclamatory sentence. So, there are 4 kinds of sentences: statements, questions, commands, requests, orders, wishes, etc. Then finally exclamations. So, that is why I said there are 4 kinds of sentences. But I want to tell you, in this context, there is another classification also of sentences. based on the construction or the structure of the sentence making. That is, a sentence based on its construction, sentences are classified into 4 groups. You must have heard simple sentences, compound sentences, complex sentences and compound complex sentences. This also we will study in another episode. So just let us wind up. A language which is a medium for communication, a systematically arranged instrument for communication, has 5 main components. They are letters, words, phrases, clauses and sentences. Now to focus on the last 3. A phrase is a group of words. It does not have a subject and verb and it does not give complete meaning. When it comes to a clause, it is a group of words, it has a subject and verb, but it does not give complete meaning. Finally, a sentence is a group of words, it has a subject and verb, and it gives complete meaning. Is that clear? Thank you.